What's going on, guys? Today we are here with another episode of Super Let's Play. Okay. Oh, geez. It's been a little bit. Had to do a break for Thanksgiving, because, you know, Thanksgiving always there. Had to hang out with family. So couldn't make a video. Uh, I finished making this, huh? Ow. Yep. Definitely finished making this. Jeez. Didn't intend on breaking that one. Let's finish breaking this stuff out and then placing it back down. Jeez, yeah. This time carrots might actually beat the potatoes. You're in such an enormous farm. Yeah, jeez. Keep pressing the shift button instead of the right button. I'm gonna put that in the right spot. There we go. Dunk. Ha ha ha. Guess I should sleep. I was getting towards night time when I started this, so it's only been 2 minutes. Let's see. I'm gonna need a lot of sand. Oh boy. I'm gonna need a lot of sand. Oh, that grew. It's not the right. Let's break down the dark oak. Hopefully we get to plant it down again. My family Thanksgiving was a little exciting, to say in the least. My family doesn't always have the best time at gatherings. Most of the time we keep it chill and don't talk about politics or anything. But there are the times where one of my cousins mentions it all and everyone gets pissy. It's like, why are you mentioning that? We don't need to mention that at all. It's not needed. Plenty of dirt, I believe. Yeah, plenty of dirt. Oh, this chest is a mess. Is a regular oak tree growing yet? No. But we have enough to plant a tree. Hope more than enough. But meantime, I'm gonna need shovels down so I can go get a bunch of glass. Well, sand first. Then I can make it into glass. Yesterday, I also stayed up late with a friend, and we were up till midnight at least, and I'm super tired, but I'm still going to record a video because I said I would, and I'm having trouble uploading the first Blox Fruits video. It's not loading or anything right now. But if I re-upload it and retry uploading it again on I'll try doing that around the same time I upload this one, because it's supposed to be Tuesday that it's uploaded, but it's not uploading. So that's the part that's making me mad, because I'm trying to upload it on a Tuesday, and it's just like, no, I'm not going to upload. What doesn't help is sometimes my Wi-Fi takes a duke. That doesn't help. But what can you do except for just sit there and wait for the to stop doing it? You can only do too much to prevent it. I mean, you can, but there's not a lot that you can actually do. Because you can try and prevent it, but you can't actually stop it. It's Wi-Fi. It's going to take a duke whether you say so or not. Come on, game. Work with me here. If only I had Aqua Affinity. Don't have really any enchantments yet, so can't really do anything about it. I already have a stack. Now over a stack that I have broken. I keep breaking sand until I think I have enough. But I don't think I'll have enough until I have like 4 or 5 stacks. So I'm gonna need like 4 or 5 stacks of freaking sand. Because, holy lord. It's gonna take a lot of sand. This might lag the game a little bit. I'm going to collect as much sand as possible. That guy might kill me. Good thing he didn't hit me with that damn trident. If only I had another shell, because then I would be able to drop it and I'd be able to get a full health trident from him. But no. And down goes the trident throwing jerk. Let's get all that so I can build. Probably should have taken some dirt with me so I could do the building and get more blocks out so I don't have to jump around like this. There we go. Let's keep breaking some sand here. Sorry I'm a little silent. Oops. I've also been dealing with a huge problem of mine. Uh, I guess a lot of people have the same problem, but mainly it's been wrecking me since a since my pet passed. Um, Usually that also the thing pairs with ADHD and autism and anxiety. It's called depression. It sucks. um, it sucks having in general. A lot of people suffer from it, but it's been hitting me hard, especially lately, because past this year, um, and I said that I would do something on my birthday, and I realized his birthday passed before I even knew it passed. Like, well, it was depressing. Should really get out of the water here. It's depressing to even think about it, but it life happens, work, and all that got in the way of me celebrating my pet's life on his birthday. Um, I realized it a month and 4 days after his birthday, and it hit hard, but there's nothing I can do about it. Because once depression hits you, it's gonna stay there for a while. It's not gonna go away. There are ways to help it not do as much, but they're very small in how they work, I guess. Um, I should sleep, then I should go and get more sand, because I don't think this is going to be enough sand. I'm also going to need a lot more wood. Probably should have picked up spruce. I know we ran past spruce, but I didn't think I would just completely lose track of it. I really need to go back and review some of my videos and see where the spruce is. But in the meantime, chop down some more trees. I'm gonna need trees for charcoal. That's the main thing I'm needing them for right now. Because if I don't get charcoal, I don't have, like, flame or anything. I don't have any source of torches, or... Well, technically right now I don't need any torches, but I would prefer to have torches available. And I also don't have the ability to smelt anything, so... It's better that I have the ability to smelt stuff than not. So I'm gonna chop down trees, I'm gonna get flames, It's already 14 minutes in. All I've done was break stuff. Jeez. It must be really boring to watch. Another axe bites the dust, I guess. If only had spruce or jungle. Jungle would be awesome because they make really big trees. Like, spruce can make the big trees, but jungle makes the big trees. Such enormous trees, not just the... Look, that's cool, because it's big. The holy! That's a huge tree! Um... Those huge trees can be very useful. Because you can get a lot of wood, you can get a lot of power. Actually, want to leave. Yeah, it don't matter. But first, I'm going to make a bunch more charcoal with one furnace. I don't know why I put that down there. But I can do that now, and that's going to turn into 8 charcoal. I can turn that 8 charcoal into 64 charcoal if I get to 64 wood of one type. I have plenty of the cherry tree saplings. And the birch saplings too. I mean, also technically this is Bedrock Wednesday, but it's a super Let's Play. I started it before. This is Bedrock Edition. It only fits to keep doing the same thing, do the same play, because then I can keep doing this one. And when I go to Java for Thursdays, then I'll be able to do this and another thing. But when I do go to Java, I am having a hard time deciding if I want to go to, like, I made a little mod pack of my own in the CurseForge, and it is insane. But I'd rather do survival, like a normal survival one, than a freaking modded one, because mods I can play on my own time. I shouldn't be doing mods in YouTube, because I see how all the mod ones go, and they all just, like, there's quite a few of the YouTubers that also do like 100-day Let's Plays and stuff. Those are nice to watch, but I doubt that they would be nice to do, because then you gotta record freaking 100 days worth of material. You gotta record one day or days worth, in-game days worth of stuff. You gotta stop and play, or you gotta cut clips, and all that just sounds like stress. And why do that when you could just have a Let's Play that could go on for far longer? Like, there's people that have played for literal thousands of days, if not tens of thousands, and their Let's Plays were uber successful, where they could complete so much stuff in, yes, they would do like once or twice a week video, but then again, their Let's Plays ended up doing much better than how I see most of the, like, 100-day episodes and all that. Like, they go okay, but they are they're also not good either. Like, the 100 days stuff, I would much rather watch than make. That's because it sounds like it would be a hard thing to make. Sounds like it'd be even just a dumb thing to do. I don't even know who came up with that, but some people do. But I want to do Let's Plays, not like, oh, I'm gonna play Blox Fruits, and then I'm gonna show you tiny clips of what happens throughout the whole journey. No, that sounds mean. I would rather you guys see the whole journey than see some of the journey. Because seeing all of the journey is than seeing just some of it. Now, if you turned a Let's Play into 100 days and 1,000 days, then yeah, that makes sense. Like if you did a Let's Play and you turn it into 1,000, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and 1,000 days, different episodes, then you have the whole journey that people could watch through, and then they could also go and watch the shorter versions. And I might eventually do that with this, but that sounds like it would be a pain to deal with, because then I gotta voice over everything that I've already recorded, and why do that when I could just have one Let's Play that people can watch, and have them watch just this. Have them watch all the adventure. Yeah, sometimes all of the adventure isn't the best, but it's better to see all of the adventure than some. Because some of the adventure might be boring, while some of it might be exciting. And I'd rather you guys find what is exciting and watch it while I do this. Because while I do this, all you have to do is just watch. That's all I ask. I don't ask you to do anything like crazy or anything. I just ask you guys to watch and have fun. You guys can sit down, lay down, do whatever you want while you're watching. But I also ain't gonna force you to watch either. I'm gonna ask. I'm not gonna force. And I'm also going to force people to subscribe, because why would I force people to do that when all I have to do is just say, hey, I understand if you don't see me as fun. I'm not going to tell you that you have to subscribe or anything, because you don't have to. It's your choice, not the device I'm using. So it's up to you whether you start watching and subscribe, or see one episode, even if it's out of place, and decide I'm not the person you want to watch. I know I'm not going to be some of the most entertaining people to watch, but I'm also going to build big stuff like this, the whole series. I'm not going to be like Hermitcraft or anything. I'm going to be me. I'm not going to be building like super gigantic bases that take to the clouds. I'm going to build big bases that feel big, but don't just big. Because I'm going to make them feel like they belong. Like, you don't need to sit there and watch the whole time deep of it. But when I do make a base as big, it's going to be something like just there. It's not going to be permanent. It's going to be a in the world that I aim to create. And that's all it has to be. It doesn't have to be anything super big or special. It just has to be there. That's really all it has to be. Let's see what this guy's got to trade, because we haven't seen one of these guys yet this episode. bucket for 2 emeralds. 6 emeralds for blue ice. Pale oak. It's got no saplings, but it's got flowers. And these llamas love a sword. I know that my mouse makes a lot of clicky clacky when I press the spacebar, but sometimes people will sit there and listen to that. And I know that my voice is kind of monotone, but does that stop people from being able to see what I do? No. Does it mean that people are gonna fall asleep to my videos? Probably. Do they have to? No. You guys can sit here and watch the whole journey from beginning to end. The keyword there isn't you will, it's you can. Can is the functional word in that sentence. Because you can watch all what I do. You can watch the whole adventure. You don't have to. You don't even have to start at the beginning. It's better if you do, because then you understand all the context. It's like trying to start, let's say, One Piece at the end of it. Because, yeah, but it did say that the current point is the real story of One Piece, but that doesn't mean that everyone's going to see and know everything that happened in the show. You gotta see the context in order to actually know what happens. If you don't know what happens, how can you actually tell what everything is in this world? If you miss out on the context, you miss out on what you need. So I prefer that if you guys do watch, you go from the beginning and go down the line. But if you see whatever random episode you want, go for it. I don't really care what order you watch it in, but I'd rather you guys know all that's happened from the beginning to the end. And the beginning may be slow, and the end may be nice. That doesn't mean that it is the real story at the end. The end may be a good starting point in a way, but it's not always the best. So, I'd rather have you guys start where I started. But you don't have to, because I can't force you to watch what you want to watch. That's like how I've recently been watching The Big Bang Theory. They can't tell me where to start the show. They can suggest I start at the beginning, but if I start at the end, then I know nothing. I don't know any of the context of the show. I don't want to know who Sheldon's personality is until I went back to the beginning and seen from the start what he is like. Because if I start from where the end is, then I can't say that I've watched all of it just because I started at where the end is. I've seen almost all of One Piece. That's because I went from the beginning all the way till the beginning of Egghead. From when he started out as the lonely pirate in a barrel, found by Kobe on a ship that was being raided by Elvita, to the overpowered being he is now. And I don't necessarily want to spoil the entire show so I'm not going to say what he has at the current point I'm at. But beginning of Egghead is where I'm at. And if I started there, I wouldn't know anything about what the past has held. I wouldn't have seen the struggles that he's gone through. I wouldn't have done anything to know what actually happened in the beginning of the story. It would have been hard to tell what was happening in the beginning of the story. Because if I wasn't able to see the beginning of the story, it never happened for me. So, I'd rather have that happen for me and see the entire show than not. Because once I see the entire show, once the final arc is done and the One Piece is shown, I'll see the whole story from beginning to end. In fact, I got to the point where I need to actually rewatch it so that way I can at least try and understand Japanese. So I've been watching it with subtitles so I can try and understand what it is saying in the current arcs. So I can also train the speed at which I read. And if I were to train my speed for reading or anything, then I wouldn't know what's happening by the time I reach the final episode that is currently out. Because the only way I would know that by the time I get back to the point I was, the only way I would know what was actually going on is if I was able to understand Japanese and read fast. Or both. Because if I only read fast, or if I only understand Japanese, then all I know is one thing. I would like two perspectives at all times. Because I may take this world as a callus to what I need in the future. But in this world, I am just a person. I can only do what another person can. Can't do anything different. Can't do anything out of place or wacky. Because it's hard to be out of place and wacky if you're just you. Each person is different. Each person will do different things. No matter what happens, it will always be our world to take care of. It'll always be us. Let's take care of the world we live in. But, regardless of show, genre, or whatever, you gotta see the journey from the beginning to the end in order to actually understand what it's saying. Because if you don't know what it's saying, probably because you started at the end. And starting at the end may be fun, and it may get some of the neurons firing in your brain, but it's not really going to do a lot for you to understand everything that the show has to offer. It's not going to help you. It's only going to make things just slightly worse, because then you have to go back anyway, to the point to where you should have started. So, does it matter if you start with this episode, or the next? Or, even if I keep making these videos and it goes past hundreds of episodes into the series, then it doesn't matter where you start. If you start anywhere in the series, I'm happy. But I'd rather you start at the beginning. Because the beginning is just that, the beginning of the story. If you don't have the beginning of the story, you don't know the context. It's hard to understand the story if you don't know what it is. It's like trying to read a book and you skip right to the end of the book instead of actually reading the beginning of the book. Because that's a pretty hard thing to do. And I rarely read books as of current, but I do plan on reading plenty of books in the near future, considering I have a stack of books on a separate desk from what I record at. But it's still a stack of books. And the best thing I can do with that stack of books is read it. That's all I have to do. That's all I have to do. Read it. Maybe a small stack of books, maybe any stack of books. But regardless, it is a stack of books that I would like to read. I'm not going to start at the end. Why start at the end when I can start right where the story begins, so I can understand what's actually happening? Even if I go to the last page, I won't know what happened before it. I'll just know the end of the story. And understanding the end of the story does not mean I understand the whole story. So, I know this episode's a little long. I intend on them only being 30 minutes long, but sometimes I talk. Sometimes I got other things to deal with. Sometimes I just gotta live. Sometimes I gotta be like this world. Flourishing and beautiful. Well, I think I should end it here, and hopefully next episode we can actually finish the farm. The crops might not be finished by then, but the building will be finished. And it's better to have the finished building, finished product, than have nothing at all. This is going to take a lot of glass and a lot of birch, but it's going to work. It's going to do it at some point. Maybe I should have ladders up one side of it, so that way I can get to the top. Get a good vantage point on where I'm at. Where I need to go. Well, see you tomorrow on Java, and next week on Bedrock. And on Friday, play a random game. I might just play Java or Bedrock. I could also play any random game on Roblox. But I'm going to start with tomorrow. Bye.